Blake and I'm a reporter.
My name is Temujin and I'm a reporter/writer.
My name is Mika and I'm a reporter.
My name is Lila and I'm a photographer.
My name is Katha and I'm a reporter.
Good evening, Europe. I am Temujin and we are in front of the Napoleon trial today. Those peasants think they could put our emperor to court, but they are wrong. He is everything to us. He is the yeast of our bread. Without him, our empire would have never rose.
I find that Napoleon is guilty because he wanted to conquer all of Europe, which wasn't really a smart idea. Because he got most of Europe, but then when he got to Britain, it just crushed him because he was too selfish.
In short, the evidence is undisputed that Mr. Bonaparte's rise to power ultimately had negative effects on France. Therefore, I find Mr. Bonaparte guilty of all charges. Go ahead.
Hi, we're here with the justices right after the trial. How did you guys come with your verdict?
Well, it's basically simple. You know, he wanted to conquer too much land, too selfish. You understand?
You are wrong. Your turn?
Oh, well,
You did great.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I think that he's guilty because of the same reason. He turned France into a dictatorship and expanded his empire until it was really too big and unmanageable.
Did you ever think he was innocent during the trial?
No.
The defense lawyers are very persuasive, so yeah, but I mean, ultimately, he was guilty.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
What were your intentions for France?
I wanted to expand it and create a stronger empire, and I wanted to unify it. We needed to create a bigger and better empire so that people would not want to try and conquer us because they would know that they can't.
Why did you feel it appropriate that you, after such a brutal and violent revolution, regained the supreme position of power which your people, your equals, fought so hard to abolish?
With too many voices out there, it could split apart the country.
How do you feel about being insulted by Robespierre?
I don't feel good about that. I feel like he's kind of being a hypocrite. He was saying how, oh yeah, you didn't even restore order. It's like, well, with you were actually more of a dictator than I was, and he created a lot of chaos, and it disrupted the good times in France.
The work I've completed and the achievements, you have ruined every single one. And I only want order. And what I do for order is what I have to do. We must have terror to find virtue.
After this trial, do you feel like you were tried fairly?
I believe so.
Do you feel insulted by some of the things that people said?
Especially what Napoleon said. Every single word he spoke was totally factually and morally wrong.
So, is there anything that you want to say that you didn't get to say in there?
Well, I believe that Napoleon, he believed himself. He is so ignorant that he believes that he is actually correct. But if he actually went into my brain and saw what I see right now, he sounds so stupid, and I would just have to say.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. With one ruler, there's one person in charge, and there's one agenda. Before Napoleon, France was in a state of chaos. After Napoleon, there was actual order and stability to the country.
Hello?
Hello.
Is there anything else that's on your mind that you want to say? You can say?
Well, I feel like we should have drawn more attention to the fact that before Napoleon, France was in a state of chaos, and after, it was in control and orderly.
Do you feel as though your defense was strong?
My defense held up well against the questions that were given to them, especially Napoleon. He was able to answer the questions well.
Do you feel as though the trial was fair?
Not at all. I bet those justices were paid off. It was completely unfair. Napoleon should have been seen as good for France.
I agree.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Take your seat.
My response to Napoleon's dictatorship is that it is wrong in every single way possible.
We, the people of France, want just 3 simple rules: life, liberty, and property. Is that so hard to ask for?
The things that he wanted were just all
like, it helped chaos too. I want what's best for the people.
So, John, why were you testifying against Napoleon?
I was testifying against Napoleon because he did not give the people what they wanted, and I would give them their natural rights.
Is there anything else that you want to say to your child?
No, not really. I think I got my point across.
Napoleon should stop his conquering and try to stand in his country, being a monarch in there, which goes back to my 3 ideas I said at the Congress of Vienna. I think Napoleon was trying to revenge on the Prussians he was fighting during the French Revolution. And that's
Do you feel like you helped prosecute Napoleon?
Yes, I did. I felt like I was doing a part of it.
Do you feel like the opposing team put up a good argument?
Yes, a few good times when they said that Napoleon did have some after the French Revolution. He kept some.
Napoleon was not all evil. He was a good ruler after the revolution and France's downfall.
So, Thomas Hobbes, how do you feel about the trial?
I feel that it's not fair and he should be not guilty because he did a lot of good things for France and restored it after a lot of chaos was happening there. And he did this with his iron fist.
Under Napoleon's rule, France has become a dictatorship. Napoleon's empire has become unmanageable.
The greediness of Napoleon had expanded out of his reach, and he ignored the fact that France wasn't strong enough to take on other countries. His dictatorship, a reflection of liberal humanism, took away the rights of the people.
So how do you guys feel now that you're going to trial?
I think we're pretty satisfied. Our argument seems to go over pretty well with the justices, and so I think we're pretty happy with that.
Is there any time inside the trial that you felt like Napoleon was innocent?
Not really, no. I didn't think that his arguments were strong enough.
Napoleon brought in a real government to France and restored order to the madhouse. He gave the French their wishes, but controlled his nation with an iron fist. Napoleon is a necessary and great ruler for France.
Although the prosecution makes a valid point, Napoleon's rule really was the best course of action for France. Before Napoleon's rule, France was in chaos. Bloodshed was everywhere. The death toll was rising. Napoleon brought peace back to France and unified it under a single law code. Isn't a little bit of freedom worth giving up for a stable country?
How do you guys feel that you lost your case? Bad.
Did you think that the other two lawyers were like persuasive?
Yeah. They had a good argument, but I felt that ours was better and they sort of contradicted themselves in some arguments.
Yeah. Their witnesses contradicted themselves a lot.
Is there anything you guys want to say that you didn't get to say in the trial?
That Napoleon was right for France at the time.
So there we have it. Napoleon is guilty, and this is the aftermath of the trial. There are a lot of complaints, but we finally solved it.